Greetings, beautiful soul. This is Dahlia with Spiritual Society, here to bring you your general pick a card reading for the week. Thank you so much for joining me and also for being a part of the spiritual inner circle. Go ahead and choose the card or crystal that you're drawn to the most, whether one, two, three, or four, and you can select it from the timestamp below. Let's get started. Hi there, card number one. Thank you so much for joining me for your general pick a card reading this week to make sure you're energetically prepared for your week ahead. The cards that you were drawn to in the beginning are Rabia and the Hierophant, and the crystal that you were drawn to is the citrine quartz. So this Rabia card says, the Queen of Saintly Women. I am in service of divine love. I move the way love asks me to. And this Hierophant card is about spiritual or religious traditions, cultural affiliations, something in your way of being that's related to culture, tradition, or religion. So these two cards combined represent your overall theme for the week. And they are very similar because this card is about being in service to divine love. Something very interesting that I read in the description book for this card, Rabia, in one of her poems, she wrote, "Prayer should bring us to an altar where no walls or names exist. Prayer should bring us to an altar where no names or walls exist." So very interesting because these cards represent, like I said, spiritual or religious traditions. And this is about being in service to divine love within yourself. And this is about, going to your preacher, your mentor, your teacher, and seeking out divine wisdom. So your overall theme for this week is about seeking out divine wisdom, especially within yourself, and going to that place of prayer or intention or seeking higher wisdom from your higher self where no walls or names exist. Okay, so this is approaching God or approaching the divine from a very personal experience. So your overall theme for this week is to approach God or to approach the divine, however you reconcile the universal energy, whether you call it God or you have a name for it or you don't have a name at all or you're not sure exactly what to believe in. Any of those aspects of spirituality can be valid. So whatever is true for you, you are going to lean into that this week in order to get you through the week ahead. We have the Hangman, which also came up, which makes me feel like this might be a new way of being for you. You might not be used to operating from your higher self or seeking out divine wisdom, but that is what is going to help you throughout this week ahead, is leaning into prayer. If you've never prayed before, or you pray rarely, or you don't know what to pray at all, it's time to lean into having a communion with the divine realm in a way that represents you, in a way that serves you, so that you can tap in to the wisdom of your intuition, tap into the information that your higher self wants to share with you to get you through this week ahead, okay? So that's your overall energy so far. And I just want to preface that if at any point you don't resonate with any of the information that I'm sharing, you can always go back and choose another card from the beginning and see if it better represents the energy you're feeling. Okay, so let me continue with another card that represents you and your overall theme for this week ahead. What do you need to know about yourself in the week ahead? So we have the Seven of Wands and Judgment. Okay, so the Seven of Wands is about protecting yourself from gossip, from haters, from people that are negative and trying to bring you down. Okay, so and the Judgment card we also have here, which is about seeing yourself from the higher self's aspect, seeing the beautiful parts of yourself, seeing your self-worth, your self-esteem. So these cards make me feel like in order to be balanced, in order to feel peaceful, calm, serene, you're going to need to protect yourself from judgment, from outside gossip, from outside influence by leaning into prayer, by leaning into a spiritual practice of some kind, meditation, going to a ceremony, a church, a service, whatever resonates with you, whatever you are called to practice this week, whatever you need to do in order to tune out any outside noise from the world, from current events, or from people in your environment that might be trying to seduce you. I use that word seduce by like seducing you away from what you already know to be true for yourself. So again, you want to prevent any outside noise, any outside influence, any judgment from other people trying to tell you who you are or put you down in any sort of way by leaning into prayer, by leaning into the wisdom from your higher self, by accessing and tapping into your personal intuition in order to know what's true for you and not what anybody else may judge you or try to influence you with, okay? So that's your overall theme for this week. So the next energy I'm going to pick up on is the people or situations in your environment. So what do you need to know about the people around you, whether that's at work, whether that it's your partner, if you're in a relationship, your family, your community, or just all the energy overall surrounding you, okay? What do you need to know about the people or the energy around you at this time? Okay, so we have the Tower and the Page of Swords. So the Tower card is about something crumbling down unexpectedly, something that you lose unexpectedly so that you can start over and have a fresh beginning. This card comes up when we're afraid of change or when we don't want to change, and so life forces us to change by making something unexpectedly happen in our life, that we lose something, we lose a job, we lose a relationship, or something along those lines. And we have the Page of Swords. So energy in your environment and the people around you, someone in your life is experiencing an unexpected loss. Okay, so like I said, this could be the loss of a job, the loss of a relationship, death, etc. So someone around you is having an unexpected loss or ending, and it's causing them to have a new idea, a fresh perspective. And this could be why you need to protect yourself from other people, because like I said, someone is having a loss. Something very unexpected and shocking is happening to someone around you. And the reason is so that they can have a fresh vision, a new idea, to be curious and open to life. But you may need to protect yourself from their opinions and their judgment, because this loss is for them. It's not for you. So that's something that you may encounter in the energy in your environment, is someone unexpectedly losing something, and they might try to blame you. They might try to say that it's your fault, or put it off on you. Like if someone, for instance, loses their job and now they try to victimize you or make you feel bad for the way that they feel, essentially. So if someone in your environment loses something this week and they try to put the energy off on you or make you feel bad for their negative emotions, then again, this is an opportunity for you to go within yourself and find what's true for you and not listen to the thoughts and the opinions of other people, okay? So one more card for the energy in your environment, the people around you. The Three of Swords in reverse. So the Three of Swords again is about loss, heartbreak. So definitely something unexpected is happening that is very painful for someone in your environment, but I feel like they're not willing to look within themselves for the cause or the reason, and they're going to try and blame you or shame you for what's happening to them. So they're not willing to open up and look into their self for why this is happening. And so again, they may try to throw it off on you, and so it'll be an opportunity for for you to lean into prayer or a spiritual practice of some kind so that you don't take on their negative feelings. But again, it's for them to go through this process so that they can have a new beginning, but don't let them make you feel bad for something that they personally have to go through in their own life. Okay? All right. So the next card I'm going to choose is where to focus your energy this week. So I know I was talking about spiritual practice, but let's get some more clarity on this. Where you can focus your energy this week. Well, so Knight of Swords, several cards that wanted to come out. Okay, yes. All right, so the cards that I see that stand out the most are the Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords, because these cards represent loss. Okay, so like I said, someone in your environment, someone close to you, a family member, a friend, a partner, a coworker, someone that you know is losing something unexpected, and they may try to put the energy on you. They might try to make you feel bad for something that they are going through, some sort of loss and experience that they're going through. So rest from anybody that's trying to bring you down. Okay, again, make sure you're going within yourself and not necessarily trying to fix the problem for them. This is something that this person has to go through. And so for you to focus your energy on this week is being logical and discerning. Make sure that you're focusing your thoughts and your mind on what is important for you, and don't try to fix anybody else's problems this week. Don't try to be emotionally involved more than what's necessary. This is an opportunity for you to be logical and discerning, and to make sure that, again, you're focusing your energy on what is true for you and not carrying or taking on others' opinions based on the loss that they are experiencing, not taking it on as your own, not being burdened by somebody else's experience, but making sure, again, that you're logical and you're discerning, you're resting from any outside opinion, making sure you're leaning into prayer or a spiritual practice of some kind this week. And again, being very logical and discerning on what is important for you and not taking on anybody's outside energy. Okay? Okay, the next question we're going to ask is, what is an obstacle or a challenge you may encounter this week? What is an obstacle or a challenge you may encounter this week? Okay. So the Ten of Wands is about carrying a lot of burdens, carrying a lot of responsibilities. So again, I do feel like this reflects the energy that I said, is that you may be tempted to carry somebody else's challenge or to carry somebody else's pain, or to try and fix whatever issue this is that you may encounter with somebody else having an unexpected loss, and them trying to put it on you as if it's your fault or you need to fix the problem. So again, don't try to carry too much this week. Don't try to fix anybody else's problems beyond what is necessary. Be more logical and discerning than emotional this week. Again, don't carry what's not yours to carry, okay? So again, an obstacle or challenge you may face this week is carrying too much burden or too much responsibility, or being tempted to fix another person's problem when it's not yours to fix, okay? So next question I'm going to ask is something you will find success with. What is something you will find success with? So we have the Nine of Cups and the Queen of Wands. So the Nine of Cups is about feeling bliss, abundance, feeling successful, like you've accomplished something that you really have desired. And the Queen of Wands is about feeling personally empowered, self-empowered, confident, passionate. Okay, so something you will find success with. I do feel like as you lean into your own needs, as you lean into prayer or a spiritual practice, seeking out the higher wisdom within yourself, you will feel confident. You will feel self-empowered, and you'll feel bliss and abundance. Okay, so success is something that you will feel this week overall. And I do feel it's as you tune out this external noise and don't take on or carry anybody else's burdens, you will feel bliss, you will feel empowerment and confidence within yourself for making sure that you listen to yourself this week, okay? So the last question we're going to ask is, what is some advice and encouragement for this next week ahead? What is some advice and encouragement for this next week ahead? Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Don't try to start anything new. This is not a week for new projects or new beginnings or, big purchases or anything like that. This is an opportunity for you to lean into your spiritual practice, to lean into divine love and divine wisdom, to tune out any external noise, to make sure you're not taking on the burdens of responsibility of other people, but again, that you're being logical and discerning, not overly emotional, and that's going to allow you to feel success, to feel confidence. So advice, encouragement, don't take on anything new. Don't begin any new big projects. Lean into rest and self-care this week, and that's definitely going to help you through the week ahead. Okay, so I'm going to choose a couple final oracle cards to sum up this message. And just to reiterate the final question, advice and encouragement on the week ahead. Advice and encouragement for the week ahead. Advice and encouragement for your week ahead. So this card says, I can find harmony by feeling for improved thoughts. And it's number 33. If we were contemplating an action that caused negative emotion, we would not proceed with the action until we resolved the negative emotion. We would make sure that we had come into alignment with Source before proceeding. By feeling for the improved thought in time, and usually in a short time, you will feel the harmony of your Source, and you will know the appropriateness of your behavior. We would not look for the long lists of right and wrong, but instead we would feel for the emotion of alignment with Source. So that is incredibly powerful and definitely in alignment with everything that I was saying, because I did say not to proceed with any action, but to lean into your personal spiritual practice of prayer or meditation or going to a service of some kind, whatever relates and resonates to you. Lean into your personal connection with Source, and that is going to allow you to make sure that your behavior is appropriate, that you're not taking on any burdens, and that you're not acting preemptively before it's time to act. So again, your overall energy for this week is to lean into alignment with Source. Lean into your connection with the divine and through your personal spiritual practice before acting, before moving in any direction, and that is going to help you feel in alignment. That is going to help you feel the energy and emotion of bliss and success. Okay? Okay, marvelous. That is a beautiful message for you this week. I'm sending you so much peace and love through this experience. I know you got this, and I know that you are going to make sure that you're resting, practicing self-care, using your logic and your discernment, and leaning into your own personal spiritual practice. Okay. Hi there, card number 2. Thank you so much for joining me for your reading this week to make sure you're energetically prepared for the week ahead. Remember, if at any moment you don't resonate with the reading or the information I share, you can always go back and choose another card to make sure you're in alignment with the messages I'm providing you. So the cards that you were drawn to in the beginning are Enhedjuana, the High Priestess. She says, I am one with my soul, and my soul is a legacy of love. And the other card you were drawn to is the Ace of Wands, and the crystal is the Rose Quartz. So this card in Enhedjuana is about the limitless power that's available to us when our personality merges with our soul. So this is about ego and soul coming together as one, making you limitlessly powerful, inexhaustible power. And the Ace of Wands is about the creation, the creativity available at your disposal, the power that's available to you at every moment that you have the ability to use. So these cards represent your overall theme here this week, your personal energy. So what you're going to lean into this week is your personal power, merging your ego and your soul, merging your personality with your higher self. And when you do that, you have access to inexhaustible power, inexhaustible passion to create and motivate yourself to manifest whatever is important and valuable for you, whatever your soul desires to experience in this lifetime is capable for you to achieve when you merge your personality with your soul. And so that's your overall theme this week, is leaning in to combining your ego and your personality with your higher self and your soul wisdom. And by doing that, that allows you to tap into inexhaustible power. So that's your overall theme for the week. And the other card that just came up when I started your reading is the King of Wands. So you definitely have a lot of passion and power available to you this week. And again, it's by leaning into what your higher self wants for you and leaning into your soul's light and wisdom that is going to allow this power and this passion to come forward from within you. Okay, so that's your overall theme for this week. Let me pull a couple more cards to clarify that energy. What do you need to know overall this week to access your soul's wisdom, to merge your personality and your soul into one, having access to inexhaustible passion and power in this lifetime? What else do you need to know this week? Six of Swords. This is about moving on from the past, moving on from a situation that's no longer serving you to a brighter day and a brighter horizon. So there's something this week that you're moving on from. So this might be, like an ego kind of death, where an ego death just simply means where, again, we're leaning into what our higher self wants for us. Something very simple to explain this is like, for instance, when you're working at a job that you really don't like, but it's paying the bills, it's making sure that what you need is taken care of, but you feel exhausted, you feel drained, you feel just like you hate that place and you don't want to be there anymore, but you keep going. That is a situation where your ego is motivating you to do something that's not serving you because it thinks that it's satisfying a certain need. But again, your soul is not satisfied. Your soul is empty and incomplete. So that's just a simple way to understand how, something might not be good for you, but your ego keeps continuing to push you to do it, but your soul is exhausted and drained, is not interested in pursuing that path. So there's something for you this week that you are experiencing an ego death or an ending of something that's no longer serving you, so that you can move forward and do something that actually satisfies your soul, what your soul wants to experience, more of your purpose, more of your passion in your life. And when you lean into what's purposeful for you, what's passionate for you, then you have more power available to you to actually create something that is long lasting, something that is going to serve you and to make you feel fulfilled in your life. So that's your overall theme for this week, is leaving something that's no longer serving you by honoring your soul, what your soul wants to experience in this lifetime, which is going to give you more passion and more power. Okay? Okay, let me get another card to answer this question. What is your overall theme for this week? What do you need to know about your personal energy? What is your overall theme for this week? What do you need to know? The Fool and the Hermit. Wow. So this is beautiful energy. The Fool is about trusting the universe and taking a leap of faith. The Hermit is about leaning into divine wisdom, leaning into the wisdom that is within your soul, seeking your higher light within yourself, not through anything external, but going within, deep within, to find out what has meaning and what has value for you. So you're taking a leap of faith this week. You're leaning into your soul's light and your soul's wisdom and moving on from something that is not serving you anymore. So it's definitely a huge clarifying energy there, is that your soul wants to express its light and to seek more passion, more purpose, and more power through trusting and having faith in the universe. Okay, so again, your soul definitely is speaking clearly this week to move on from that thing that's no longer serving you. And as you do that, you're going to experience more power, inexhaustible passion through actually honoring your soul's light and following the path that, you know, your inner self wants for you rather than what your ego wants for you. Okay, so the next question I'm going to ask is, what is the energy in your environment? So what is going to be a theme in the people or the places around you this week? All right, what is the energy, the overall energy in your environment? Wow, you have so many wands in your reading. Okay, so the Page of Wands and the Six of Wands makes me feel like people are going to see you as a success. Something is going to happen this week where you're going to show up as your soul's light, and it's going to inspire the people around you, and they're going to see you as a leader. They're going to see you as somebody who is confident, powerful, capable. So you're going to inspire someone this week. So someone around you, it could be at work, in the workplace, it could be a partner, a friend, a family member. Someone in your environment is going to show you or tell you that you are inspiring them, that they see you, they see your capability, and that you should move in this new direction of your soul's light. You have so much passion and power available to you this week, and it's all going to come to fruition as you honor your soul and you let your ego take a back seat and say, okay, that's not serving me anymore. I'm moving on. I'm going to follow my soul. I'm going to follow my heart. I'm going to trust my intuition. I'm going to trust the universe, have faith that the divine has my back, and that as I lean into my passion, my purpose, and my soul's calling, someone in your environment is going to see that and is going to honor you for it and is going to inspire them. And in turn, that's going to help you know that, yes, I am on the right path. All right, one more card for the energy in your environment, the people, the places around you. What do you need to know about the people and the places in your environment? Okay, so the Five of Swords. You might have a little bit of competitive energy here, with someone seeing like that you are successful, but it might make somebody jealous because they see that you have more power available to you. So you might, for instance, if you resonate with the job theme and you're thinking about leaving your job, you might make someone feel like, what are you going to do? How are you going to succeed? So someone might tell you, wow, I see how much energy, how much passion you have. You are going to be successful. And then someone else might be opposite of that and say, I don't think that this is going to work for you. So you might have two competing energies in your environment. Someone who honors your decision and says, yes, you are going to be successful. And another person who says, that's not going to work for you. You're not going to succeed. How can you do that? That's not secure. That's not the secure path to take. Okay. So watch out for that. Watch out for competing energies in your environment. One person celebrating you and congratulating you for your success, and another person, kind of competing with you and saying that's not going to work. You're going to fail. Okay, so watch out for that energy. But definitely the motivating theme for you this week is to follow your heart, to go and with your soul's calling, and to sacrifice the ego's needs. Okay, so don't lean into your ego. Don't lean into your personality or what somebody else might be like. They might be the voice of your fears. Okay, so if somebody is representing the voice of your fears this week, don't listen to them. Make sure you're leaning into this success and this passion and this power that's available to you at this time. Okay, so the next card I'm going to choose is where to focus your energy for this week. Where should you focus your energy for this week ahead? The Sun. Okay, so we have the Sun, the Nine of Pentacles, and Justice. Okay, so where to focus your energy this week is on optimism, success, and what is fair and has meaning for you. Okay, so where to focus your energy this week? Be optimistic. Expect that this is going to work out for you and you're going to be successful. You're going to look back at this moment that you took this path and you're going to say, wow, I'm so glad that I listened to my higher self, that I listened to my heart, that I followed my intuition, that I trusted the universe. I'm so glad, because that was the moment that changed everything. I am successful because of that moment. I am fulfilled. I feel bliss. I feel abundance. I feel success. I feel fulfillment because that one moment that I trusted my heart and trusted the universe and took a leap of faith. So where to focus your energy this week is expect success. Be optimistic that this is the right path for you. Okay, lean into this feeling of following your fulfillment and know that this is what's fair for you. Okay, you honoring your heart is the right thing to do. It's personally responsible for you to follow your heart. As you do, expect success, expect fulfillment. Okay, so that's where to focus your energy this week. Optimism, fulfillment, and personal responsibility. Okay. Okay, so the next card I'm going to pick is, what is an obstacle or challenge that you may encounter this week? What is an obstacle or challenge you may encounter this week? Okay, so we have the Death card. So this definitely reminds me of some sort of ending. You may decide that this is the week to leave your job or to leave something that is no longer serving you, whatever that may be for you. Okay, so an obstacle or challenge that you may encounter is some sort of ending. But just remember that this ending is going to lead to a rebirth. So I do feel that you're going to experience some sort of fear or resistance around this ending, and it may make you feel like have a split second where you feel like you're making the wrong choice. But again, remember, following your heart is always the right choice. It's going to lead to more fulfillment for you, okay? So an obstacle or challenge that you will encounter this week is this ending, that you're finally deciding to follow your heart, follow your soul, and you're moving on from what your ego has been choosing for you and to moving into what your heart wants, okay? So what's something that you will find success with this week? What will you find success with this week? 10 of Pentacles, beautiful. So the 10 of Pentacles is about security, abundance, family, and just a beautiful, secure home, okay? So something you'll find success with this week is more abundance, more security in your home, okay? So that shows me that this ending is not going to lead to failure or insecurity, but it's going to lead to more security and more abundance, more joy, and more fulfillment in your home, okay? So again, something you'll find success with is more security and abundance in your home. All right. So this proves that this ending is going to be beneficial for you. It's not going to bring you harm. So lastly, we're going to decide what is some advice and encouragement for you for this week ahead. What is some advice and encouragement for this week ahead? The Chariot. So the Chariot is about moving forward with willpower and determination. Okay, so some advice and encouragement is to move beyond the fear. All right, this is about balancing the negative and the positive. So when you follow your heart, you're going to experience fear. You're going again to experience an ego death where your ego or other people are going to tell you like you're making the wrong choice. This is not going to work out for you, but it's up to you to use that energy to propel you forward. Negatives and positives are necessary on the road to reaching a destination. So this card, some advice and some encouragement, is to use the negatives and the positive to give you momentum to move you forward. Okay, so anything that you experience in life that is unfortunate or something that hurts you always gives you clarity on what you need in your life. For instance, if you're working at a job that you don't like, it's draining your energy, then that's giving you clarity that you need to follow your heart. Okay, so use that wisdom, that experiencing something that is not serving you gives you that clarity. So use that clarity to propel you forward with momentum to move forward towards something that actually is going to serve you. So again, use your willpower, use your determination to move forward, to make this decision that's honoring your heart, to finalize this ending, whatever this ending is for you. It's going to bring you more abundance and more security, more fulfillment in your home and in your life. So be optimistic and expect fulfillment. Make sure that you're honoring your heart and being personally held accountable for the things that are important for you. And that's going to propel you forward with this willpower and this determination. Okay? So that's your advice and encouragement for this week ahead. I'm going to use one final oracle card to finish off this message for you, answering the question again, what is some advice and encouragement for you for this week ahead? What is some advice and encouragement for you through this week ahead? Okay, so the card that came up for your encouragement and advice this week is I intend to see the best in everyone. This card says you can never consistently motivate anybody to anything, but when you see the best of them and you go over to where your version of the best of them is, and you align with that and offer one signal, now you are a part of the inspiration you see. Have you ever had that experience when someone sees you and loves you and expects the best of you? Do you not shine in ways you never shined before? And do you not find it really hard to shine when another does does not look for the best in you. So what's really interesting is that this card matches the energy of your environment, because remember I said that you may encounter someone who says that this decision is going to be detrimental to you, and another person who says, wow, this is really good for you. I see you being a success. I see you being a leader. This is very inspiring. So very interesting. Like I said, this card reflects this energy here, where it says, have you ever had that experience yourself when someone sees you and loves you and expects the best of you? Do you not shine in ways you never have before? And do you not find it really hard to shine when another does not look for the best in you? So overall, even though this is saying I intend to see the best in everyone, this is about you seeing the best in yourself. So your advice and your encouragement this week is to see the best in yourself and to expect the best for yourself, because even though someone may come to you and say that's a terrible decision, another person may say this is the best decision you've ever made. So make sure that you're honoring your heart and following your soul's calling for you, not listening to fear, not listening to the ego, but expecting to see the best in yourself, expecting the best outcome, honoring your heart, and following your soul's wisdom is going to lead you to fulfillment, not only this week, but in the coming months and years ahead. Okay? Beautiful. All right. So I'm so grateful to be able to provide you this message this week. I'm sending you so much peace and love throughout this decision that you're going to make. Hi there, card number 3. Thank you so much for joining me for your reading this week to make sure you're energetically prepared for the week ahead. Remember, if at any moment you don't resonate with the information I'm sharing, just go ahead and go back to the beginning and choose another card or crystal to see if the information more closely resonates with your situation. So the cards that you were drawn to in the beginning are Sarah La Kali, Queen of the Outsiders. It says, I have arrived. I am where I will always be, in love. And the other card that you're drawn to is the Knight of Cups, and the stone is the Black Obsidian. So let me get some more information. We have another Cups card. So before I continue, I want to read a little bit from this description book because it is so beautiful. So it says, Saint Sarah is the ultimate love card, the one that whispers what you've always known, that love is our true purpose and our only true home. Love is where we will all arrive, no matter how persecuted, how lonely, how outcast we might feel, no matter how long it has been since we've felt loved. Saint Sarah is the healing that comes when we embody love again. She is here to welcome us back to the singular destination we actually never left. Home is only ever as far as we allow ourselves to be, separate from the space of our own heart. Enter the heart, ask to experience love, true love, and let it fill you head to soul. So this is so beautiful because I was really intrigued that you got these two cards with the Knight of Cups. So you got this card and the Knight of Cups together, which made me feel like you have arrived at the place of love. You have arrived to true love, and true love is within yourself. The Knight of Cups is about romance, about dating, about receiving new passionate feelings from another or delivering those feelings to another person. But in combination, these two cards make me feel like, again, you have arrived at love within yourself, and that is the ultimate destination, because when you have that love within yourself, then it doesn't matter who comes or who goes or what pain you experience or anything like that. You're always home. You're always in your heart, filled with the love of God, filled with the love of your higher self, filled with the love of the universe, whatever you resonate with. Love is your home. And when you have arrived at the love within yourself, you will always be home. Okay, so that represents your overall theme, and your energy for this week is that you have arrived to the home within yourself, which is the love that you always are. Okay, so again, that is so beautiful, so powerful. Your theme for this week is that you have arrived at the home within yourself, which is personal love, which is self-love, which is divine love. You have arrived and you can never leave that space. Okay, so now we have the Three of Cups, which is about that same type of energy, but within a tribe, within a community. Okay, so I feel like there's going to be a lot of love within your heart this week. You're going to experience a swelling of love, of personal divine love within yourself, and also for a close companion, a close friend, a circle of friends, a tribe, a community. So love within your heart is blossoming and shining this week. And it comes from a place of divinity. It comes from the gratitude and the bliss that you experience when you feel one with everything. So that's what this makes me feel like. You are going to feel more one with everything. You're going to experience a swelling of divine love within your heart that's going to pour over into your connections this week. So that's your overall theme for this week. Very beautiful energy to start off with. So much passion and emotion and love for yourself and for your community. So let me get some more information for your overall theme for this week ahead. What do you need to know about your energy this week? What do you need to know about your energy this week? Feeling divine love, feeling home within your heart, feeling one with your tribe, with your community. What else do you need to know about your overall energy and theme for this week? Okay, so we have the Nine of Swords and the King of Pentacles. Very interesting. So I feel like this is what you're moving on from. You're moving on from like a dark night of the soul. And I feel like this week is going to give you a breath of fresh air that you haven't felt in a long period of time. And it's going to make you feel like you're thriving. I feel like you're going to move from an energy of feeling like you're living in a nightmare to feeling like you're on top of the world. Okay, so you're going from surviving to thriving this week. And it's going to happen because all of a sudden you're going to have love break through into your heart, and not the love that is given to you from another person, but the love that you feel straight from the divine, straight from the heavens, from the universe, is going to crack open within you, and it's going to help you move from feeling like a dark night of the soul, feeling like you're living in a nightmare, to feeling like, oh, I feel so much relief. I feel like I'm on top of the world. I'm thriving. Okay, so again, you're going from surviving to thriving, and it's because of this love, this oneness that you feel, that you're being delivered love straight from the heavens, straight from the divine, straight from your higher self. This love is coming through, anchoring in your heart, and it's going to crack open into your community. And again, you're going to feel a breath of fresh air, like you're going from surviving to thriving. So next, I'm going to figure out what is the energy in your environment or the people around you, okay? What can you look out for from the people in your environment, the energy around you? Okay, so we have the Seven of Wands and the Three of Wands. Okay, so I do feel like this kind of reflects this here. You're moving on from having to protect your energy, okay? There may have been some kind of fighting in your environment where you feel like you had to protect yourself from people who were judging you or mistreating you, but you're on the verge of moving on from that energy, okay? So let me get another card to represent the energy or the people around you. What do you need to know about the people around you or your environment as a whole? Two of Pentacles, about balancing and juggling responsibility, making sure that you're choosing yourself. Okay, very interesting energy here. What do you need to know about the people around you? You're going to have to choose yourself. Okay, so as you choose yourself, as you move on from being concerned with what other people think or what other people feel, it's going to give you this breath of fresh air. I do feel like you've had to protect your energy for a while for whatever reason. Maybe people are misunderstanding you or mistreating you, and that maybe you felt like kind of like a black sheep or something like that, and that's where this dark night of the soul energy is coming from. But again, you're moving on from that energy, and I think it's because you're going to choose yourself. You're not going to choose what other people are thinking or feeling about you. You're going to make sure you're moving on and you're choosing yourself. Okay, so that represents your overall energy, the environment, the people around you, moving on from having to overprotect your energy because you're choosing yourself. You're not worried what other people are thinking or feeling about you. Okay, so next I'm going to see where to focus your energy this week. Oh, wait, wow. Two of Swords. So this is about being blinded by the unknown, similar to the Two of Pentacles. It's about needing to make a choice. Okay, so what do you need to make this choice about? Where to focus your energy? Trusting your intuition, trusting your heart, making a choice even when you're blinded by the unknown. Where to focus your energy this week? Okay, yes. Letting go of feeling bored, feeling anything that's holding you back. Focusing your energy on letting go of anything that's holding you back. And I feel like what has been holding you back is definitely this like feeling negative about life. Okay, like I said, I feel like you're going from surviving to thriving. And I feel like you're going to experience a breath of fresh air this week because you're letting something go. And I think what you're letting go of is, the opinions of other people or anybody trying to put you down or second guess you or hate on you or gossip about you or anything like that. Okay, so where to focus your energy this week is on letting go of anything that's been holding you back, anything that's making you feel like life is not for you. Okay, life is for you. You have more available to you than you might be thinking or feeling at this time. So again, I feel like love is going to crack through. You're going to arrive at feeling like you are supported by life, that life loves you, that you are in oneness with everything around you. It's going to crack open your heart and move you from a place of feeling like a dark night of the soul, feeling like life is always against you, and to feeling like you're on top of the world. So where to focus your energy again is to let go of anything that's holding you back. Let go of feeling bored by life. Let go of feeling like all bad things always happen, but actually know how supported you are. Okay, it's time for you to choose love. It's time for you to choose life, and it's time for you to let go of negativity and any pain of the past. Okay, so that's where to focus your energy this week. Choose to thrive. Choose to feel on top of the world. Choose to feel in love with life, and choose to feel oneness with your community and your tribe, okay? As you arrive at this feeling of divine love, of personal feeling of like life is supporting you, you're going to move away from this nightmare energy. You're going to move away from feeling like you have to overprotect yourself, okay? Okay, so next I'm going to choose what is an obstacle or challenge you may encounter. What is an obstacle or challenge you may encounter this week? Okay, so an obstacle or challenge, again, is very similar. It's choosing to let go of the burdens, choosing to let go of feeling burdened by life. This is going to be the obstacle or the challenge that you encounter, is making sure you're putting down anything that's making you feel burdened. Okay, it might be like a leap of faith. In order to put these burdens down, you're going to have to take a leap of faith that life is supporting you. And the way you do that is by cracking your heart open. So knowing that no matter how lonely you felt, no matter how down you have felt or burdened you have felt, life is supporting you, and you have arrived at love. When you have arrived at love, you are always home. Okay, so this is your challenge this week, is to finally put down these burdens and to know that you have arrived at home, which is the love that is in your heart. Okay, what is something that you will find success in this week? Yes, beautiful. Strength. So the strength card is about having the courage to look your fears in the face. And that's what you're doing this week. You're having the courage to look your fears in the face, which is going to give you the strength to put these burdens down and to arrive at love. Okay, so that is very beautiful, very empowering. You will be successful at finding this strength within yourself, which is based upon the divine love that's cracking your heart open, that allows you to feel oneness within yourself, oneness for everything around you, which is going to allow you to put down this nightmare energy and feel like a breath of fresh air, a sigh of relief that, you know, you're thriving. Okay. Okay, so finally, what is some advice and encouragement for the week ahead? What is some advice and encouragement for your week ahead? Okay, so the Empress in reverse. I feel like this means to focus on giving yourself unconditional love rather than focusing your energy outside of you. Okay, so focus on giving yourself unconditional love rather than giving your love away to other people, places, or things. Okay, so take some time out this week to just focus on yourself. Focus on loving yourself and don't give that energy away outside of you. Okay, so I'm going to do another card to answer this question. What is some advice and encouragement for this week ahead? What is some advice and encouragement for the week ahead? My relationships will change when my vibration changes. You are living in the time when fewer people will attempt the impossible task of pushing the unwanted far enough away that they will be left with only that which is wanted. It is the time when more people will come to the realization that what they have been seeking is not a change in the behavior of others or in the world outside of them over which they have no control, but instead an understanding of their own vibrational relationship with Source over which they have complete control. So, yes, this does confirm what I was saying, is that you're not seeking a change in the behavior of others or a change in the world because you have no control over that, but instead understanding your own vibrational relationship with Source, the love that you have within yourself. Okay, so this reminds me of this Empress in reverse. Don't try to create love in your environment. Try to create and cultivate love within yourself. Create a home within your heart where you can always go and be safe, because that is your vibrational relationship with Source. That is the only thing that you have control over, and you can't control anything outside of you. You can't control other people. You can't control other situations. But when you control the love that you have within yourself, then you thrive. Okay, so this is an energy of thriving based on the love that you have within you. Okay, and not forcing any outside situations to change, because you can't do that. The only thing you have control over is how you feel within yourself. Okay, beautiful. Again, make sure you're looking out for your messages from Psychic Mia this week, your oracle reading, and your astrological forecast, to make sure you get all the information to prepare yourself for this week ahead, to make sure this week is successful for you. Again, I'm sending you so much peace and love. Until our next reading, bye for now. Hi there, card number 4. Thank you for joining me for your reading this week to prepare yourself for the week ahead. The cards that you are drawn to in the beginning are Machi Glabdron, the 6 of Cups, and the crystal that you are drawn to is the amethyst. So the Machi Glabdron card says, the diamond-hearted Dakini. I see the light in my own darkness. I face my ego beliefs and feel free. Okay, so I feel like these cards that you were drawn to in the beginning are talking about a fear or a belief from your past that is holding you back that you'll need to confront this week. Definitely. Okay. So we also got the Five of Pentacles and the Devil card that showed up. So the Five of Pentacles is about loss. It's about limitation, feeling insecure, feeling like you don't have enough resources, enough money, enough time, enough energy. The Devil card is about meeting your limiting beliefs or the things that you see that aren't serving you, addictions to fear, addictions to failure, addictions to anything that you don't have enough of. So there's something about your past, a past belief or a fear from childhood or even from a past life, something that has been deep-seated or deeply rooted, a consciousness that you've had for a long time that needs to come up and be confronted and dealt with. Because this card is about meeting those demons, all right? Meeting your inner demons and confronting them and healing them so that you can actually be free to be your powerful, beautiful self. So the darkness within you actually wants to come up. It doesn't want to be suppressed. It wants to come up so that you can finally accept whatever it is and move forward. So this might have to do with a lack of money or a lack of resources. It could be that your childhood, you dealt with insecurity related to the beliefs that your parents had or your family had, that there's never enough. So if this resonates with you, it's possible that in your childhood, your parents showed you or taught you that money is hard to come by. Money doesn't grow on trees. We never have enough. We're working paycheck to paycheck. All those sorts of beliefs that there's not enough to go around, that life is hard. You never have enough money, enough resources, and you have to struggle. So if you have an underlying belief of struggle and that there's not enough based on a fear or a consciousness that your parents had and that they passed on to you, then that may be something that you're confronting this week and that you need to finally overcome that demon of fear of lack. Okay. So again, if at any moment you don't resonate with this overall energy, you can go back and choose another card and see if that reflects your energy better. But this card, I do feel, represents a fear from childhood that there's not enough to go around, that you have to struggle to survive. Okay. So that may be something that's in your energy this week that needs to be confronted and overcome, is a lack of abundance. Okay. It's time for you to confront this fear that there's not enough and realize that life is always supporting you, that life always wants to be abundant and to expand and thrive, okay? So I'm going to choose another card to represent your overall theme for this week and your energy. What do you need to know? Page of Cups. So you do need to see how abundant life is. There's a fish in this cup, right? So the Page of Cups represents a new beginning in your emotions. And I do feel like because the fish is in the cup, it represents that, hey, life wants to show you that there's always enough. Wants you to feel fulfilled, wants you to feel like you have your needs met, you have abundance, you have resources here. It's right there available to you, okay? So I do feel like the overall theme here is moving from the energy of lack based on a fear that you've had since your childhood that could have been programmed into you from your family or your parents, and recognizing that life is abundant. Life wants you to feel fulfilled, feel abundant, feel like all your needs are always going to be met, and it's going to present you with an offering to accept that yes, life is abundant. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to feel afraid that you'll never have enough. The moment you feel abundant, that's when abundance shows up for you, okay? So next I'm going to choose a card that represents your energy and your environment or the people around you. What do you need to know about your environment or the people around you this week? What is the energy in your environment? Ace of Swords. Okay, so someone's going to present to you a new idea. All right, so something in your environment, either a person is going to tell you that you don't have to struggle so hard. Why don't you go take some time off? Why don't you enjoy your life? Okay, so this card is about choosing, responsibilities over pleasure, making sure you're balancing your responsibilities with the things that actually bring you joy and fulfillment. Okay. So there's going to be a new idea presented to you this week about how to balance and juggle responsibilities and pleasure. Okay, so we also have the Two of Swords and the Strength. So yes, I do feel like your environment this week is going to help you decide how to have more enjoyment in your life. All right, how to confront this fear, how to look fear in the face and overcome it. Okay, so again, someone or something in your environment this week is going to help you have a new idea how to overcome this fear and how to balance life so that you're not always struggling or always feeling like you don't have enough, but that you actually have enough to enjoy and feel more pleasure and play in your life. Okay, so again, someone or something in your environment is going to help you juggle life, is going to help you have a fresh vision, fresh perspective about how to overcome this fear. Okay. All right. So next we're going to see where to focus your energy this week. Where can you focus your energy this week? Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. Get one more card. Where to focus your energy this week? I think it's working hard to overcome this fear, this heartbreak, this feeling of loss. Where to focus your energy this week? It's going to take some time. Reprogramming your consciousness from childhood does take time. It can take years, all right, but it's worth it. So we have the Six of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. This is about balancing giving and receiving. You have a lot of energy of needing to balance this week. And we have the Knight of Swords, which is about speed, moving quickly with an idea. Okay. So I do feel like it's time for you to balance this energy of, abundance, because this card is about having enough to share, giving and receiving. Make sure that you're receiving from life. All right. Again, life is for you. And you always have enough if you decide that you always have enough. So that's what this energy here is. It's time for you to focus on deciding that you always have enough. No matter how it feels, no matter how afraid you might become sometimes, you have to decide that life is for you and you always have enough. So where to focus your energy this week is on working on overcoming this fear, working on overcoming this heartbreak, this loss, and this struggle. Okay, by having a new idea, a quick decision that, okay, it's time to receive from life. It's time to balance this fear. It's time to accept that I am more abundant than I may be allowing myself to feel at this time. So again, focusing your energy this week on deciding that you can receive abundance from life and deciding to work on overcoming this fear that may have been programmed into you from childhood that you don't have enough. Okay, so overcoming the darkness of lack and insecurity within you is your focus for this week. Okay, so what is an obstacle or challenge you may encounter? What is an obstacle or challenge you may encounter this week? Okay, we have the Justice and the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is feeling like You are on top of everything that you need in your life. You're successful, you're abundant, you're thriving, you're taking care of the home, you're taking care of the family, all your needs are met. This is like, being successful in your career and reaching the end where you have your mansion, you have your pentacles, you have the food, the clothing, the home, everything that you need met. So this is definitely an energy of success in physical life. Justice card is about self-responsibility, taking personal accountability to balance your life, making sure that you are fair and just and equal. So these two cards together, an obstacle or challenge you may encounter, I feel, is the same energy. Needing to decide that this work is important. Okay, this is about taking personal accountability, self-responsibility. So I do feel this is going to be a challenge for you. Again, if it's a deeply rooted programming that you've had since childhood based on something that you experienced or you saw your parents or what they may have taught you, then again, you're going to have to decide to focus your energy on reprogramming your heart, reprogramming your mind that life always has enough abundance to give to you, and you have to open yourself up to receiving it. So the challenge this week is on taking personal accountability to make sure you're thriving. Again, the challenge is taking personal accountability to make sure you're thriving in your life and having all your needs met. Having all your needs met starts with the decision that you do have your needs met. And it comes from trusting the abundance of life, trusting the abundance of nature. So that's going to be a challenge that you'll have to confront this week, is how to overcome this fear of survival so that you can enter a time of thriving in your life and trusting the abundance of the universe, and that you always have enough, that life is going to support you in all your needs being met. Okay, so the next question I'll ask is, what is something you will find success with this week? The Eight of Swords is about feeling restricted, feeling bound by life, feeling bound by your thoughts. So that's interesting because this is in the something you will find success with position. So that makes me feel like you're going to finally realize how you've restricted yourself by your own way of thinking. Because again, the obstacle or challenge that you'll have to encounter or confront is how to take personal accountability for your position in life, and if you're surviving or if you're thriving. So the challenge is deciding to thrive, to take personal accountability on what it's going to mean to thrive. And so something you will find success with, I believe, is realizing that you've been replaying thoughts over in your mind that are keeping you restricted and keeping you stuck, rather than realizing how much you have available to you, realizing and feeling that life is supporting you, that there's abundance available to you at every moment. So again, something you'll find success with is realizing that you've been restricting yourself from thriving by thinking that you don't have enough, by thinking and feeling that life is hard, you'll never have enough, you'll always be paycheck to paycheck or hand to mouth. And once you realize that this week, that you have been binding yourself by your own restrictive thinking, then that's going to be the challenge. Okay, well, how do I take personal accountability for these thoughts and these feelings so that I can be the King of Pentacles, so that I can thrive, so that I can feel abundant, so that I'm no longer limiting myself by any fears of lack, okay? All right, so what's some advice and encouragement for your week ahead? What is some advice and encouragement for this week ahead? Okay, some advice and encouragement for the week ahead is to let go of anything that's been holding you back and to listen to your inner wisdom. Okay, listen to yourself, because again, this overall energy or theme is the past. Okay, so there might have been thoughts or beliefs that you've been carrying since childhood or sometime in your past. So you've been listening to beliefs from a long time ago, but it's time for you to listen deeply to your inner wisdom, listen to your intuition, and you can see all this fruitfulness behind her, okay? So as you listen to your intuition, as you listen to your higher self, you tune out any beliefs of the past, any external noise, you become fruitful and abundant, okay? And that's based on letting go of the pain of the past, letting go of outdated beliefs, outdated thoughts or feelings that have been preventing you from thriving. Listening to your own inner voice is going to allow you to tap into the fruitfulness and the abundance that you have already there as a seed within you, okay? So again, advice and encouragement for this week ahead is to tune out any external noise, any outdated beliefs that are holding you back from thriving and feeling fruitful and abundant, and just listening to your intuition, listening to the voice of your soul that tells you that life is for you. Life is never against you. Life wants you to thrive no matter what you've experienced. Life is always going to support you in expanding, okay? Okay, so I'm going to answer this question one more time with the oracle cards. Advice and encouragement for the week ahead. This is perfect. A belief is only a thought I keep thinking. A belief is only a thought I keep thinking. A belief is only a thought you keep thinking. A belief is only a thought you continue to think. A belief is only your habit of thought. It's only a practice thought. A belief is only a thought that you think a lot. So I think this message wants to be very clear that beliefs are only things you think a lot. So if you had a belief from childhood about lack or fear that you don't have enough, remember that's only a thought you think a lot. And you can change your thoughts at any moment by choosing to listen to your higher self. Okay, so this wants to be very clear that any outdated beliefs that you need to let go of, they're only thoughts that you continue to think. Okay, this Eight of Swords. A belief is only a thought you continue to think. So if a belief is only a thought that you keep thinking, and you keep thinking a thought that is in opposition to what you want, then the reason you don't get what you want is because you keep thinking a thought that's in opposition to what you want. So this was very repetitive and very clear that if you keep getting what you don't want, it's because you keep thinking things that are in opposition to what you want. And that's this Eight of Swords. But I do feel that you're finally going to be successful with understanding that anything that's restricting you is because you keep restricting yourself with limiting beliefs and thoughts that are perpetuating what you don't want, okay? So again, a belief is only something you continue to think. And it says, I see the light in my own darkness. I face my ego beliefs to feel free. So your theme this week is overcoming any ego beliefs, any programming that's from the past, any darkness, any demons that may have been making you feel restricted or a lack of anything, making you feel like you'll never have enough, to switching that to listening to your intuition, to your soul, to your higher self that says that life is for you. Life always wants to support you, taking personal accountability so that you can be the King of Pentacles and finally thrive in your life, finally going from fear and survival mode to actually thriving and feeling and being abundant. So that is your overall theme for this week. I'm so grateful to be able to do this reading for you. I hope this message serves you and provides you some inspiration to move through any fears and finally feel free and abundant. Again, thank you so much for joining me for this reading. Make sure to look out for your messages from Psychic Mia, your oracle reading, and your astrological forecast to make sure you're energetically prepared and making sure that your week is the best that it can be. Thank you so much again. I'm so grateful to be able to do this reading for you. Until our next one, I'm sending you so much peace and love. Bye for now.